We're
Let's
ready?
go. Yeah,
Sweet.
we're ready. Okay.
Awesome. Hello, welcome to.
Welcome back.
Thank you for watching Lost in Dysfunction. I am Black Phil.
I'm Cassie, and Dylan unfortunately cannot be here. But we're gonna make
Hit
this
by a
happen.
bus, believe it or not.
I know. Damn. We're gonna visit him soon. We'll let you know.
Them crosswalks be something, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look both ways, you know? Like, I don't get it. But
Man, these streets.
he'll be fine. He'll be back.
Yeah. Crutches, legs. It's fine. He'll live.
Yeah. So, I know last week was rough.
It was. I was traumatized.
It was a lot on the body and the mind. I apologize for that one. But I promise this week, the videos I found are just as crazy, but not as gross, I guess. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun. I don't.
It will be fun.
What? Let me think. How? Before we get to the videos, we can always start with the latest and the greatest, right? A lot of great things have happened. So you can tell us what you've been up to in the past week.
Well, I tried this new flavor of kombucha. This is blueberry one. Oh, I don't know. Kombucha tastes
Kombucha.
the same. Yeah, it tastes the same to me. Not gonna lie. There's like a hint of like whatever the flavor is, and then the rest is just like fermented whatever. I don't know. I know it's pretty
This
good.
is tea.
Probiotics. Yeah, it's tea. Yeah.
What the
Kombucha.
hell?
Yeah, it's good. It tastes the same no matter what flavor you get, unless it's like a really strong flavor. It's gonna taste the same throughout. It doesn't matter what brand you get. Yeah, it goes good with like a fruit or something. But blueberry was interesting. It was something. But yeah, what about you?
Well, I mean, I don't. I've been moving. I've been moving around, doing things. What? I went to. So I did. Yeah, like I said, I told you earlier. I went to go see Nope.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I won't spoil it or anything, but
What's your
honestly,
rating?
I gave it a 10 out of 10, like a 5 out of 5.
Damn. Okay.
I genuinely think this is probably one of his best ones. Like,
Oh wow.
better than Get Out, I think.
Damn. Okay. Really?
Only
Okay.
because I mean, the cast is great. Like the casting, I think they did was amazing. There's I think when you look at Jordan Peele stuff, like he has a lot of funny moments and a lot of scary moments and a lot of like things that happened in the first two movies, and in this one it kind of feels like he found a nice middle ground where it has all those same things, but they're not as like in your face about it. It's all very I guess the word I'd pick is like elegant. It's like it flows very well the way the progression of the story. You know?
No. Okay. Oh yeah.
It's still scary though.
No, I was looking for a good scare. Yeah, I might go this weekend then. I'm really hyping this up. I haven't gone to the theaters in like a bit. Oh god.
Yes, you should not sleep on Nope. Do not go see Thor: Love and Thunder over Nope. Like that's just the weirdest choice to me. Like,
oh my god. Oh my god.
But anyway, I don't really have anything else new other than these videos. Let's see. Now, I'm going to give you a choice here.
Oh.
We can either look at Terrance Howard.
Terrance Howard? Or
TikTok.
Oh god. I don't know what Terrance Howard is. I'm afraid of TikTok.
Actor. He's an actor.
Has he done something controversial?
Well, I mean, let's just say 1 times 1 doesn't equal 1.
Oh god, okay. Terrance Howard or TikTok. Can you give me a hint about TikTok? Because TikTok pretty vague, pretty open.
Oh
Very
shit! Hold
scary.
on. Let me see. One.
It's one
This
that
one
doesn't
is
give away. Gives me more of a like choice.
well. It's just TikTok, so
Mm.
I think it would just be a matter
We have put it off for a while.
of stressing out about it, and
Yeah.
it will be. I really try. I will say the only hint I will say is I try to enjoy women, but
What?
I can't stop.
Wait.
The content can't stop coming out. So
What do you mean? That makes no
if
sense.
we pick TikTok, I'm sorry, we're going to be trashing women.
Oh my god! What am I fucking? Are these specific videos or just compilations of like a theme? You know?
Well, these are just compilations, I think. But
Okay. Gotta give women a rest.
remember, so it's either trash women or understanding why 1 times 1 does not equal 1.
Okay. Oh Jesus. Oh, we can only do one, man. Sucks. Okay, let's do Terrance Howard.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Let's go. I'm excited. One
Terrance
times
Howard it
one,
is.
not equal one.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
we all know Terrance Howard. We all love
Yes.
Terrance Howard. He's
Yes.
made some lovely films. He's been quite the character on TV. He's quite the guy.
Yeah.
Quite the guy.
We stand.
Now, most people, I would imagine there are people out there who, hey, hear the name Terrance Howard and they think those things. And then there's other people who hear Terrance Howard and then they fall on the floor and die
Oh
of
my god, are
laughter.
you saying Terrance Howard?
Now, there's a thing out there called teriology.
Oh my god,
It's it's unique. You know, it's Terrance Howard believes he's a very man, and he really believes that our math is wrong. He believes that the way we understand physics is wrong.
Oh god.
Well, I don't know how to explain it better than he would. So, but basically he understands the universe better than we do.
So he's figured it out.
Yeah.
Secrets to the universe.
I mean, no one's claimed he's right. Don't get me wrong.
Oh.
No one is on his side.
Oh.
He is standing alone on what he's going to explain. He believes 1 times 1 is not 1. 1 times 1 is equal to 2. Because 1 times itself.
2.
Yes.
Oh, this dude. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh man.
Are you aware of this video?
I don't. Oh god. Okay, I saw a clip on Twitter. Play it.
Oh
play
boy.
It.
Oh boy. Well, hold on to your hat because I promise you, no matter how many different clips you have seen, it doesn't compare to seeing the whole thing.
Oh, Jesus.
I wasn't planning on showing this one. I was going to show a different video, but I felt like this one would be proper because it would show, it would give better context to what he means. And
okay, yeah. You know, his logic, his reasoning.
Everything's going to make sense.
Okay.
I think he's going to say some great, interesting things for about 8 minutes.
Oh,
so we're going to skip to the 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything he says before that, I feel like is decent enough.
Yeah. Can't bash
maybe
him.
Let's see. Maybe it's right here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, right about there. Right about there. So let's just start at the 5-minute mark. He was talking about acting and why he does it and all this stuff. But he says that acting is not his passion. It's, it's the same reason why Jesus, turned water to wine for tips. It was just because he could. So from here on, it's going to go off the rails. But just hold on, because you really aren't going to be ready for it.
Everything in this universe. So if we tap into those things in ourselves and remember those things in ourselves, we have that power. Now, my vocation has been an actor, and I've loved that. I've been able to take care of my family as an actor, but that's never been my passion. I was an actor because it was like Jesus walking on water for tips.
Oh, yeah.
Because he could do it. That's what he did. It was a natural thing for him.
Now, he's already compared himself to Jesus, mind you.
Yes.
It's very subtle, very easy. This is Oxford University. I forgot to mention that. This is Oxford University. These are students. They are here to listen to his presentation on physics. The projector is not working. He also had some materials that he just doesn't want to bring.
Oh, bro.
Oh. It's going to be good.
Great start.
I've always been an empath. I've always been emotionally connected to everything. But the thing that I was most spiritually connected to, that was my driving force, was physics.
Yes.
It was wondering how the universe really came to be. And I fell in love with this thing called the flower of life. You guys know Da Vinci?
Here we go.
Do you know what he spent most of his life trying to figure out? Who in here knows the flower of life? Couple?
Oh.
I'm gonna get you something.
Here we go. He's gonna get you something.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Because I want you guys.
What is this?
Want me to hold it?
Huh?
Do you want me to hold it?
No, I'm gonna hold it up. I want you guys to know about a 6,000-year-old secret. 6,000 years, mankind has been trying to decipher this one little thing.
Some wallpaper.
That's the flower life, you know?
That is wallpaper.
That's just wallpaper, not 6,000 pieces of paper.
Like, to me, that is just wallpaper. This is just decorative pasting. So
wow. And that's the secret of life.
Oh no, we're just getting started.
Oh, these poor students.
But
do you know the flower of life? Have you guys ever seen this before? Now, you know this is one of the oldest symbols in human history, right? Or do you not know? This symbol was found in the Temple of Osiris in Egypt, and it had been molecularly burned into the wall.
Molecularly burned.
This same symbol has been found in the
My man
temples
is already,
in China.
Yeah.
He's already off the rails.
Dogs. And the foot on it, the flower of life, saying whoever controlled that flower of life controlled the universe. There were secrets in that flower of life that Da Vinci spent his whole life trying to uncover. There were secrets in that flower of life that Newton spent his whole life in secret trying to uncover. The same secret.
Just there's the two black chicks on the right.
Yeah.
Just watch. I watch them on occasion because they try to keep it together, but you can tell after a while they are like, there's no way he's doing this. Like, it takes the black. I will say, like, because when they get to they don't do the Q&A till the end, but it takes the black, like, all the white people. They'll ask them questions, but the black people they'll wait till the end to start grilling them, which is hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, trust me.
Was desperately trying to uncover, but their problem was they kept seeing this in a two-dimensional space. They couldn't get it out of this two-dimensional frame, and as a result, they got stuck in this plane, a flat plane. Now, what Da Vinci and all of them wanted to do, they were trying to find a way to bring this flower to life, because what is inside of it? Well, apparently, there were secrets inside of it. Shapes, they got the Merkaba and all of those other things out of it. But they were misled by something I think called a straight line. You guys believe in straight lines?
Oh boy.
You believe there's straight lines in the universe?
Are there straight lines?
Yeah, oh my God.
Do you believe in straight lines? Do you think there are straight lines out there?
I don't. You know, honestly, straight lines are for losers. So,
damn right.
Yeah, the universe can't possibly have straight lines. No way in hell.
Exactly. There are no straight lines in the universe. There are none. If you think there are straight lines, hilarious. You're an idiot.
Exactly. The flower of life, no straight lines. That means the
Someone
universe.
told you wrong.
Exactly.
Fucking
shake my
dummy.
head.
But yeah, no straight lines.
Well, let me hit you with something.
Oh, God.
All energy in the universe is expressed in what? It's in motion. If something is still, there's no energy. Kinetic, right?
Sure.
All motion is expressed in what? You look at galaxies, are they expressed in straight lines? Expressed in vortices. All vortices are expressed in what? Waves.
Oh boy.
All waves are curved. Show me a straight line.
Show me a straight line in nature. You show me a blade of grass and tell me if it's straight, because I ain't never seen one straight.
Me neither. They're always wavy. They always got this one curve.
Like
trees, not straight. They have that little side curve right there.
Oh my God. Nothing in nature is ever straight.
No.
I don't even know what a platonic straight is, but no. Nah. Nature is not platonic.
Not straight. Yeah, no.
Boy. 8 minutes deep.
Foundations in our universe. Are there any straight lines? God. If you look at anything, there are no straight lines. That's been the mistake. We've been looking at these straight lines, this Euclidean way of thinking, and missing the curvature of nature. So here we are, back with the curvature of nature. And you have all these little pieces. Now, this has always been an information system. So compare some of these points. Take a point here and say, well, what's the space in between all of these things? Now, they've said that all the in-between spaces, if this is the Earth and this is the moon right here, all this in-between space is filled with what? A void. There's nothing in the void. Well, I found that there is something in the void.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
What's in the void, Terrance? What's in the void? Terrance, tell me what's in the void, please. Please, man. You tell us. We just want to help.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. What's in the void, Terrance?
Let me join your research.
Your father? We'll go find
don't do like that.
Bro, like, oh my God.
Bro, I was going to say what he was saying about 2D and 3D or whatever was reminding me. Have you ever read the book, The Unflattening?
The book of what?
The book is called Unflattening, and it's about like this circle that goes into the 3D world and like, you know, and goes back to 2D and tries to take the circle friends back to like, you know, that's like the only beginning book. That just reminded me of. Try to like show them like the 3D world, and they didn't understand, they didn't want to, because all they knew was the 2D world. But that's way more scholarly than whatever he's saying about the void and no straight lines in nature at all. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that book, but I mean, I would trust the book more than I would trust him right now. Like, you saw the way he bent over to get that shit? Like, man, they didn't set you up nothing. Like,
didn't they not screen his like speech or something?
The projector's broken.
Oh,
so he can't show you the models that he had on the screen or anything, but it's all there. It's all real.
I mean, like, not like the screen, like, go over his spiel before he actually presented it. So he doesn't.
The guy in the back, he talked to the guy in the back about everything. So that's like the host. Yeah. So he brought him here to something like the comments on this video are really good. I had to look at them for a long time. Some people were like, maybe they brought him here as like a study in like idiocy. So that, so like they're listening to him to understand.
Idiots.
Yeah, which is why they're being so respectful, because they're learning.
Oh my God!
It's Oxford University. Like, they could be experimenting on him and he doesn't even know.
That's true. Oh my God! You know what? That's way more plausible than allowing him to talk about this for an hour.
Fuck, you know, I really hope so, but then again, probably not. Like
the CERN collider, the Hadron Collider in CERN, I found that their energy signatures matched perfectly to some of the pieces that I was able to pull out of here. So I'm gonna bring some of those now. Do I have a minute? Am I good? Okay.
Here we go.
Now, all of this was supposed to be on a projector for you guys. I don't have that. So what I do have is a bit of a Chanel bag.
Watch this.
A Chanel bag.
Chanel bag. A box, as it were. And we're going to talk about a couple of items in here.
Are they recording?
That are so hard to even express here. Afterwards, y'all going to have to just take a look at these. My God, I won't have the time to do it.
Bruh. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. He took the time. He was like, let me show you guys something. Goes to get the box, pulls it off the windowsill, sets it down, starts explaining what's in the box. Like, this is some of the coolest shit you guys will ever see. You know what? No, I'm not going to show you guys. No, I don't have time. I'm not going to show you. You can't watch.
Oh my God.
A box, no. As it were. And we're going to talk about a couple of items in here.
Okay.
That are so hard to even express here. Afterwards, y'all going to have to just take a look at these. My God, I won't have the time to do it.
Gives up.
I couldn't show you. But
watch this. Just wait.
I am going to show you. I didn't come here not to show you.
What is wrong with him?
Now, whether you guys are able to express, understand.
Here we go.
Some of these things.
Is he pulling out?
Good confused. What I've done is I've figured out about 7 different elementary particles, fundamental particles. And then there were secondary generation of particles that seem to occur. And when these things began to build up more and more, they began to create their own systems.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like he read a Wikipedia page about physics and he didn't understand it fully. But he thinks he's an expert now because he remembers some parts of the physics Wikipedia page. And now he's trying to break the universal code.
He's really, really trying to explain this shit. And the more you watch, the more you will see how much he diverges from whatever the fuck he's talking about. They'll ask him a question later on and he'll just not answer it, but say something just completely different from what the question was about. It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
It's hard to see him like this because there's no way this is who he really is. Not after Hustle and Flow. Not after, man. Like, you can't. You not after Iron Man.
For real.
Examine him.
Come on, man.
Put him to test. Because I bet you will find all the fundamental particles that they've been looking for in the unified theory of the universe. It's a big statement. But I've got a lot of stuff to back it up if given the opportunity to do so. But the flower of life,
the way he talks scares me.
And when we get an opportunity, I'd love to show you some of these things.
I was just noticing that too.
Can I go on?
Like, it's...
He had a little twang of like 1950s, you know?
Yeah.
But all of these wave conjugations,
he still has not shown us what he's holding.
All of these things, there's
it's time. It looks like fucking little piece of kaleidoscope.
Like, who knows? So far, we can't comprehend it because he still has yet to explain it. He's just said a lot of different things, but it's fine. We got time.
We have changed all of our buildings to be aerodynamic. Our airplanes are no longer based on a 2-dimensional Euclidean way of life, but our math is still based on a 2-dimensional way. And I think in order for us to reach the future, we have to examine that. Do you guys know about loops in math?
Oh boy.
Do you believe in
Here
loops?
we go.
You know the square root of 2?
Oh boy.
Do you think that's a loop? Do you believe that the square root of 2 is the square root of 2? Yes or no?
Oh
Hands
my
up.
God.
No?
What?
Hello.
Can you not? Uh-oh. Not at the square root of 2. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yeah.
Bro, you cut out and then like this stream just cut out. And I was like, is it me? But I left off, I was like, oh, here you go.
Oh, okay. Well, we're at the square root of 2 right now.
Oh, fuck. Well, go back.
The square root of 2, okay.
Hold on.
So first we understand that we've been looking at the universe wrong. The flower of life is king, and there's these objects that he has in his hand. There are no straight lines either.
I didn't know.
So we're on a good start.
Loops in math. Do you believe in loops? Do you know the square root of 2? Do you think that's a loop? Do you believe that the square root of 2 is the square root of 2?
It's talking about how like you graph it.
No.
Hey, just you'll see. You'll see.
Oh. I want y'all to take out your phone for a minute then.
Oh boy.
We're gonna do one thing. Everybody got a phone?
You can try this at home.
Calculator and turn it to the side so you can get all the long numbers out of it.
I tried it.
Get the long numbers, man.
Now I want you to put in 2 and square root it.
2 square root it. Okay.
2, hit the square root. You'll get 1.414213562373095 ... right?
Yeah,
sure.
Now I want you guys to do me a favor. Cube it.
Cube it now.
It'll see right over there. It'll be x to the 3. Can y'all do it? Have you cubed it? It'll see 2.8284271 2174 6190.
Wow.
Now that makes sense.
Mine actually says 2.8284271 So
yeah, that's what my
you know,
got it wrong.
yeah, he's already off a little bit, but hey, let's have faith in the man.
Yeah.
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2.
Okay.
And guess what? You're back to 1.421. And then you cube it again.
Divided by 2. Cube it again. And I want you to do that until
divided by 2. Now, what he's just done is not really done anything. You can probably do this with just about any number, any operation, right? Because all you're doing is, the way I imagine is like you're basically taking a one lump of Play-Doh, you're breaking it apart and then putting it back together, and then breaking it apart and then putting it back together, and making it seem like that's something that we should question when all you're doing is just breaking it apart and putting it back together. You're not doing, there's nothing more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
But he thinks that because that's a loop, there are no straight lines.
Oh my God. Are you real?
And 1 times 1 should not equal 1 because
oh my God.
1 times 1 is 2. But we'll get there. He's breaking it down for you. You square rooted 2, you cubed it, you divided it by 2, then you cubed it again, and you understand now it's a loop.
We'll still come up with 2.8284271 2174 6190. Any other number that you above 2 that you put in and you cube and you square, cube and square and divide by 2, by the 6th operation, it has moved into an exponential number that you can't even imagine. Any number below 2 that you do that same operation with, it will go into an exponentially small matter and number.
So 2 is kind of special.
Call a loop. Mm-hmm. It is illogical, it doesn't make sense, and it does not make math make sense. So these are some things that I'm bringing to the fore and that I would like to question. I would like to audit the world of mathematics, and I would like to audit how we view the Platonic solids, because I think the new wave conjugations will tell a better story of how our world works.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. So we're going to get, I think this next section is the Q&A. Oh boy. So.
It wasn't quite what I thought for, Chris. Yeah, but I wanted my pictures. You guys got it. And y'all won't even have time afterwards.
He didn't have his pictures.
I've spent 45 years searching these things out.
45 years.
And trying to figure out what the universe really, how it really worked. And we've come to find that the universe, they are abandoning the standard model, the ideas of black holes and dark matter, for an electric model of the universe that is in response to the Birkeland currents and all these things. It's a better version, a better vision of how
so the universe is upgrading?
Yeah, maybe.
And I think
it's about time.
So
yeah,
just to add some context,
fucking 4 billion years we've been here.
Shit. Together, and Terrance has showed me a lot of this and explained to my feeble mind basically what he's theorizing. I thought the couple of things that you showed me that I thought were really good were how you
can't even explain it.
Explaining the story about how originally the flower of life everybody just followed the lines and didn't understand the space. And you have the quite good models in there of how they connect together and how you have managed to put it into a 3D shape rather than just people looking at 2D. Perhaps you want to explain.
Yeah, you want to explain this shit? Because I surely can. I'm feeble.
Like one of the things I've been saying, the Euclidean mindset has kept us so locked away. Like there's tons of paperwork of Da Vinci working on the flower of life and trying to unravel it. But every single existence, every single example, you see him making straight lines and trying to make these straight lines bend in, and therefore he was never able to open it up. Because the universe is curved, all space is curved. And as a result, what I was doing in trying to find these straight lines, I abandoned the idea of the straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points is curved space, because you cannot force your way straight through space. Even electricity, as it moves from a southern plane to a northern plane, it always
He's really going
northeast in its direction. And magnetism, as it expands out, it goes southwesterly. And that's the spin. That's how you always know whether it's magnetism or electricity. That's
crazy.
Is it northeast or is it southwest? But in trying to define curved matter, I'm so sorry, I get so distracted. It's trying to define the spaces.
Distracted with my bullshit.
It allows you to see that all of these in between, what we have been dealing with is these petals. All of mankind have dealt with these petals, but it's these other shapes that we've ignored constantly. Well, those other shapes were the in-between spaces.
The in-between spaces.
That filled up the vacuum of space. And all these particles that I have, I think are the full proof of that. And it is also the full proof of the wave particle argument.
What?
Do you want to also explain a little bit about why?
You tell me I'm wrong. You won't. Holy shit.
You can't.
You can't.
The next step is like, how do you apply this?
Holy fuck.
Well, here we are on this
How do you
planet.
apply this?
Can I do that point? Our planet
like, I
is
just
moving
explained
away
it.
from our sun at 2 inches a year. You guys know that. 15 centimeters a year, our planet is pushing away from the sun. So in less than 500 million years, our planet will be out of the Goldilocks zone.
Sure.
Be somewhere near where Mars is, somewhere halfway between there. So life will not be able to be sustained on this planet.
Sounds like a good part 2 to Moonfall.
To be able to sustain ourselves
just perfect.
as a species, we have to.
We destroyed, like, I could see it now. We destroyed the moon, but now the Earth is moving 15 centimeters each year. We have to do something.
Yeah. Come on, destroy the sun.
So they shoot. No, they shoot Earth, so that way the impact pushes Earth back closer to the sun. But then it's actually too much of a force, so now it's moving too close to the sun. So they shoot Earth again in the opposite direction, but now Earth is a donut. So, you know.
Wow.
It is what it is, but we saved it.
Yeah, we did.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But
oh my god.
Moonfall Part 2. Shit. But that's basically what he's saying right now. That's our only option. I don't see a way out of it.
Planetary, you have to become interstellar. But with approximation,
Come on,
you
Elijah.
cannot become interstellar.
Bruh.
You cannot become interstellar with...
He's inspiring me to write so many
all the way
movies.
over here with a straight line when the actual event is taking place over here when you're going 600 quadrillion miles.
I gotta take another hit.
Mistake. You
This
need
shit
precision. And that's what the math is about. These pieces predict the natural distribution of matter and the distribution of where you can find yourself.
Yeah, bitch,
in
that's
that
what,
space.
oh my
And I'm
god.
confident behind it. For 40 years I've worked on this. And I think it's ready.
I cannot believe he worked on this for 40 years. He
So
worked on this
I've
for 2 nights.
Also,
He'll explain what happened. He'll explain what
trying to
happened.
get my head around this, and also I was very, very, very skeptical.
He's been planning this shit since literally since he was in the womb.
One of the things that you mentioned was sort of about how this applies to, I think it was the electric sun model, and that's where it's a theory.
This guy is so British. Oh my god. Oh, can I hold on? Quick tangent here. You know, my friend has a problem with British people on such an immense level that I never knew.
Really?
Like, oh my god. I put on one song and it was a British rapper and he made me turn it off because he was like, he thinks they're faking it.
Are you what?
He thinks British people are faking their accents.
All of them.
And all of them, like, he thinks that they're all in on it and they're all doing it on purpose.
No, okay. What maybe happened is they faked it in the beginning, and then it just passed down. No one just couldn't stop talking.
Like, it could, you know? I was so confused. I was like, so you really think the entire country,
the joke,
like, for this long? Like,
centuries.
I was so confused, and I even had to tell, I was like, I used to think there were no black people in the UK. Because I was like, why would there be? Right? But then I was like, then I saw that there were, and I was like, oh shit.
Black people in the UK.
It's possible. I'm like, I don't think they're faking it, man. I think I just think that's them.
That's their accent, bro. Like,
he thinks the same thing about Australians. Like, I'm like, bruh.
Oh my god. Any fucking person with an accent, you're faking it.
No, that's what's crazy. It's just those two. It's just those two. Everybody else he thinks is fine. And I'm like, wow. I've never seen this side of you, man. Like, I've seen some people have like opinions about things, but never have I heard that before. Like, I was really trying to tell him, like, I think it'd be really hard for everybody to do that. But I was like, you should go to the UK to find out. He was like, I'm never going to like England or whatever. But I'm like, why not? You should go to the place you hate.
Yeah.
Like, I told him, you'd have like 10 times more fun going to a place that you hate than going to a place that you love. Because if you go to a place that you hate, you could find all the reasons that you don't like about it. And you could just video all of it and just have stuff to talk about. But if you go to a place you love, it's just
like, oh, it's just like how I imagined it. And that's it.
Yeah, you'll get bored. But the place you hate, you could cause chaos. You could fuck around. You could break rules. Like, I don't get it. But that was just a tangent because that reminded me. Like, hilarious. This dude talking. Yeah, his accent really reminded me. And I was like, I don't think he's faking it. And I was thinking that. I was like, this sounds real. He sounds very smart. So, and Terrance Howard is just looking like a devil in this shot. Like,
for real. He's like, y'all better believe me.
He is eyeing somebody down. I don't know who.
I heard you laugh.
Like, my man over here is just praying. He's just trying to go. He is so done with this conversation. Oh my God. This lady, she's going to talk later, and I love what she says. But I know she's texting somebody about this shit.
Bro, she's been keeping her head down this whole time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
fucking covering her face with her hair.
She knows this shit is being filmed, and she knows it's Terrance Howard, and she's trying to keep a straight face, but it's so hard. It's so hard. God.
I cannot imagine being front row. I would crack.
Oh my goodness.
Usually, rather than nuclear fusion, which is the general consensus among scientists. And the reason for that is because there's no production of there's no evidence to suggest that the byproduct.
He said scientists emphasize on that shit.
And what Terrance is trying to prove, I think, is that because the fact that you can't detect whether neutrinos are there or not, there must be another way in which they're powered. My argument to him is that to suggest that neutrinos don't exist, because we have a lot of evidence to not know that they're physically there, but a lot of the effects and how they interplay with other things, to suggest that they don't exist is not only to get rid of that small theory, but also quite a lot of other huge laws of physics.
Are they laws or are they ideas of physics?
Well, why don't you respond to that and talk about how a lot of people have that?
It's so weird. Whenever he gets challenged by like anything, he gets he reacts weirdly. Like, it's like you almost see his brain twitch a little bit. You know,
like, it's how dare you?
it's like that, and it's also kind of like I don't know. It's weird. It gets weirder. Like, as in, like, either he knows that he's wrong and he's gonna snap, and he's almost, it's weird. It's like he's trying to have this weird power. I don't know. It's a weird vibe I get. You'll see.
Identity element.
Too deep into
the things
this.
that make math works. Like if I said to you, what's 1 times 1?
Oh boy.
No.
What'd you say? 1? It equals 1? Now, what would Newton say is that? Action times an action.
What?
That's a reaction, right? Anybody in here that thinks 1 times 1 equals 1, then you give me 2 pounds and I'll give you a pound back. And we'll call that even, right?
Still gonna do it on the left.
Hold on, I gotta go back. I didn't catch it till last minute.
Keep going.
Yo, he broke a little bit. He broke a little bit. Yo, hold on. I want to see if they. This guy, like, this had to have woken some people up. Like, they probably didn't think this was gonna get any worse. Oh my god. I'm stressed.
Oh no.
Then you give me 2 pounds and I'll give you a pound back.
Oh no.
And we'll call that even,
Hello.
right?
He's like, okay.
Because 1 times 1 equals
Hello.
1.
God, my internet is ass today.
What happened? Oh, I think you're delayed. I'll just eat my caramel popcorn until I can hear something. You know, this is probably a good time for an intermission. I'll do an intermission. I can't play like a trailer. What is this? Craziest bear fight? Okay. Until Cassie can rejoin. I'm not sure if she knows.
Hello?
Oh.
I don't know what's up with my computer. Or my Wi-Fi. It should be working. Anyways, oh my god. Did you see the guy?
Hold on, the bear fight's almost over.
Oh my god.
Craziest bear fight, my ass. I've seen crazier bear fights. What the fuck? Anyway. We're back. We're back.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. What happened?
But did you see the dude? You see how he the dude on the left?
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to hide his smile.
Man, he's breaking everybody right here. Like, my man didn't even know what was gonna come out of his mouth, and he is so upset. He is so upset. He's dressed so nice.
Yeah, he's at Oxford.
They got fancy ass water bottles of shit. I want to go to Oxford.
Yeah, you know.
Shit.
Going to college.
Yeah. But damn. Yeah.
An unbalanced equation. What we need to do.
An action times a reaction.
It's supposed to have a balanced equation. 1 times
is a reaction.
1 is an unbalanced.
It is.
But the identity element, which is like the Jim Crow laws of the 60s.
Oh boy.
They say that anything multiplied by 1 becomes that same number as itself. Well, the laws of physics has to break down in order for that to take place. Action and reaction for 1 times 1 to equal 1. In comparison, if I said, what's $1 times $1? Anybody know it's $1? Well, what's a dime times a dime, or 10 pence?
10 pence, yeah.
10 pence times 10 pence? That's a pound, right? 10 pence times 10 pence? Is that right, honey?
I don't know British currency, so.
Me neither.
That's $1 times, a pound times.
This happens as
That's $100,
whatever.
ain't it? What about a quarter? What about 4 quarters times 4 quarters? That's $1, right? That's a pound, right? Well, that's $4. Now, all of these things are legal. The banks can say $1 times $1 is $1 and give you that. Or the bank can say to a friend, $1 times $1 is a quarter times a quarter. It's 4 quarters times 4 quarters, and give that person $4. They can say to another person, $1 times $1 is 100 pence times 100 pence. That person gets $100. So that money is generated. And this is all legal. Do you think it's not happening in the banks?
Oh, God.
This is what 1 times 1 equaling 1 has got us. this inconsistency of our monies.
1 times 1 has ruined our economic system.
Hey, he'll talk about that too. He'll talk about what he thinks. Someone asks him. It's crazy.
Science has been stunted as a result of the problems in mathematics.
I need more water.
Math
Should have got more water.
asks for the basic laws of physics to break down in order for 1 times 1 to equal 1. In order for 1 times 0 to equal nothing, laws of conservation of energy has to disappear. And math is the foundating laws of math is supposed to support the laws of physics. They are arm in arm.
Oh my God.
He's really going
with each other. So we need an audit on the Platonic solids. We need an audit on the square root of 2, and we need an audit on action and reaction. Or we either got to get rid of. We say 1 times 1 equals 1, and there's no action and reaction. One or the other. You can't have both.
You can't have both.
Make that change. We're in trouble. We're gonna.
Yes, we are.
As a species.
Great. Should we open up?
1 times 1
No, I don't talk to them.
stumped our evolution.
Come on.
It's really ruined us.
Raise your hand nice and high. You can ask about the physics or the acting. Terrance Howard. Yeah, let's start with
He's
you.
a lawyer, physicist. I'm an actor, physicist.
Oh God.
No one said anything.
I just had a question about kind of acting and.
Now, mind you, no one asks him about the math.
Even my grandma said she was dropping a gospel mixtape.
Nothing about the math.
So I concert with your desires. So you want to be an actor? You don't go to Saudi Arabia.
I decide on what exactly you want to play in a movie or a series.
Nothing about the science.
I was told I was wrong.
My God. They were like, this is total bullshit.
That, the Platonic solids and all those.
Great, thank you for that question.
Let's
Let's go to you in the red jumper.
Here we go. First black person. Or second, I guess. But mine, keep peep. Her and the girl that was recording, they are friends because they've been, I think, or maybe it's her. Never mind. Her and this girl. Never mind. But they are all next to each other. So I'm pretty sure we know shit's about to be said.
Thank you for coming. I wanted to ask a question. You seem to be sitting on a wealth of knowledge and something that you've been working on for, how you put 40 years.
It's when she said wealth of knowledge.
You living day-to-day life, knowing that the rest of the world is doing it, quote unquote, incorrectly.
Here we go.
Well, it's been 40 years of me dancing on this thing. For 40 years, I was told I was wrong. For 40 years, I was told that, the Platonic solids and all those were the solids.
We're the solids.
You have to have faith in self. All of this, I can sit up here and tell you guys that,
He did not answer
I'm
that.
the smartest man in the world. I figured out with Da Vinci and none of them.
Well, wait, he's gonna answer it.
Yes.
Here we go.
You really want to know the truth?
The truth.
This may be crazier than the fiction. The truth is, I woke up inside my mother's womb at about 6 months of age. I woke up inside of there. Like, boom. I don't know what had happened. Maybe my mother went through some trauma or whatever. But I woke up and I was like, oh, God, I'm here. I'm here. Don't forget. This is truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your word. This is true. Trust me. Source. Me. My mother said she felt. She heard my first word. Don't forget.
Imagine.
She's like, what the fuck is that? Like, don't forget.
There's something wrong.
Get him out of me.
Oh,
horrible.
my goodness.
He said, trust me on this.
He was 6 months old in the womb. And he woke up and just was speaking. Oh my.
He's probably pro-life. Not gonna lie.
He probably is too.
Oh God.
Oh my God. God bless his man.
I was born at 12 weeks. What times? Good times. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Keep going. What is this man saying?
Well, so he woke up 6 months in the womb saying, don't forget multiple times.
Don't forget. Every once in a while I would think about something and this would come over. And I didn't know it was my hand. I thought it was a friend. I had my whole name for it. Inside that womb, you were conscious. You woke up, because with our son Kieran, when he was my wife was 6 months pregnant, we would put the light on her stomach, and he would follow it and push on it. And then we'd put the music, and we'd put it all the way over to the other side, and he would crawl all the way over to the other side of the stomach.
How the fuck you crawl?
The light with the music. So what I'm saying to you, you are conscious inside the womb, but we have no common frame of reference. But I remember, don't forget, because I knew I'd been here.
This to me is where it not only sounds crazy, but let's just hypothetically say he's right. It's kind of wild. It is kind of wild. Like, I do believe, to the extent we are, to a degree, like alive in your mother's womb, right? You're hungry, you eat, you're nurtured, but you're not awake. I think you're still, your eyes are not even like formed fully until, like, I don't know. I'm taking the class, but I'm not paying the fucking attention. So
yeah, I know they're blurry at some point in your life.
Yeah, but it's pitch black in there too, from what I remember. So it's like, from what I remember, from what I know,
thicker skin.
So it's weird for him to go down this rant, but I think what he says is kind of cool. And if it was a movie, I think it'd be really cool to watch. But let's just say he's right.
Yeah.
Get this flower of life, because apparently I'd been interested in it at a given time. And I came out and I was born. The first thing I thought about was 5 years old. I was obsessed with bubbles. I was like, why does a bubble take the shape of a ball? Why not a square or a triangle? And I would go and try and make square or triangular bubbles. And we could never do it, because it turns out everything expands as a sphere and everything contracts in geometric form. You drop a pebble into the pond, it expands in a perfect sphere unless there's something in the way. The moment it hits the edge of the shore and starts to come back, it's the contracting waves that hit the expanding waves that creates the initial geometries. Everything expands.
Now, I just want to show a square bubble.
Wow.
Science is here. This was even before. I just want to see the bubble. I don't want to make it. I don't care. Look at that. Look at that. A square bubble, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So, I mean, even then, there's some triangle bubbles too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's kind of cool. I do kind of want to make it. I do kind of want to make a square bubble.
Save the video.
Oh, so small update. The girl I asked out, we're gonna go bowling. I'll take her bowling.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so cute. Hell yeah.
We'll see. I'm gonna fucking destroy her. I don't give a fuck, female or not. She's going down in the pins. But
hell yeah, stay at your ground.
Yeah, I don't care. But I think we should do this instead, though. Imagine if I could. I gave away my fucking decoration materials, and I had like fucking pipe cleaners. I had like an entire batch of pipe cleaners. Bruh. This could have been so easy. Oh my god! But whatever, I'll get some, and then I think because I was like, this is kind of cool. This is like super easy to make.
Yeah.
So easy DIY. I think yeah DIY. Make a fucking square. Make a square bubble, and then send it to Terrance Howard. And then, like, even with the triangles to really show, like,
it is possible.
It's all possible. You lied.
Geometry and fits, basically. So what I'm saying, and what I tried to tell you guys earlier, this is not your first time, it's not your first rodeo, and it won't be your last rodeo. Don't panic in this life. You can actually, there's no sense of death. Everything goes to sleep and it wakes back up again. Refolds and unfolds, refolds and unfolds. And if you're wise, if you're careful, because you can remember conscious moments in your life, can't you? You can remember moments when you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a bigger space than just this little body right here. You become fully aware of everything around you. And if you quiet yourself,
the Matrix,
you can think about those things. Well, apparently I did that at the last passage, because when I came into this life, I woke up, remember, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Don't forget. And the first thing I did was work out the flower of life. When I was 6 years old, I started making these pieces.
When he was 6 years old.
At 80, I did it 6 years old because...
When he was 6 years old, he did what Da Vinci couldn't do at 80. What a fucking Chad. Holy fuck.
Wow.
Terrance Howard is a
prodigy. He is
I'm
53.
Shit. Like he said, Jesus walked on water for tips. He discovered 1 times 1 equals 2 because he could. This is what he was born to do.
Howard math.
It's teriology. This is teriology.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I can't. This is him answering one question, mind you. This is how he lives, with knowing all these things and thinking the world is wrong. This is how he lives. He has to understand that he was born to understand this concept as best he can, I guess.
Oh my God.
It's a wild way to answer it, though.
Remember, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget.
This is what
first thing I did was work
dementia looks like at full capacity.
6 years old, I started making these pieces. What Da Vinci tried to do at 80, I did at 6 years old because I had been working on it perhaps from a past life. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm crazy.
It was Da Vinci.
Reincarnation or anything, but we know that energy does not die. Energy just reboots itself and reboots itself. So we are eternal. So stop panicking, thinking your life is over. You've done this trillions of times.
Trillions.
You'll get good at it, and we'll be perfect one time. If we get conscious.
One day you'll be good enough. Many people are reporting at this point,
I'm the
too.
smartest man in the world that I figured out what nobody else in the world could figure out. With Aristotle, with Plato, Pythagoras, all of them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know I am not smarter than these men. So I know that there's something to the consciousness of carrying things through, because the information...
I have to watch Empire tonight.
I didn't go to school. I had a 1.6 grade point average graduating from high school because I had other things to do. But information
to be a prodigy.
Educated me along the way because I was born into it. And now I have the pieces to follow it, and hopefully Chris and
also, he got 1.6 in high school.
maybe Oxford and some of it will do something.
He was busy with other stuff, okay? He was busy cracking the universal codes.
But
You're right.
I'll keep doing it, and I'll do it in the next lifetime. If not this one, and in the next lifetime after that. Just remember, and another thing, don't forget, you know, you go from positive to negative, everything polarizes positive to negative, then more than likely, with each lifetime, male to female.
Oof.
Male.
Oof. Unless what if I identify as female in this lifetime? Will I then come back as a male? Because then I could just keep tricking the reincarnation process just by re-identifying as a different way.
Exactly. Come on, man.
That's why humans aren't ready to know this information, because the minute we do, we're gonna fuck it up.
Consciousness and energy
Yeah, exactly.
very similar to what Dr. Robert Lanza proposes in biocentrism. So that may be of interest to you if you haven't read that text. About 5 years ago, you spoke about harmonic wave sequencing and how that could
harmonic wave resequencing.
And how that could possibly solve cancer or genetic ailments within the next 5 years.
Oh boy.
I think that was about 5 years ago. So is there much progress on that? And how do you propose that this resequencing would actually recode people's genetics in order to prevent them from getting these ailments?
Simple.
Our DNA is made up of what? 5 elements,
Jesus.
right?
It's taking a real dominant stand right now.
Carbon,
Jesus.
nitrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. Do you know how they're arranged? The phosphorus sits right here in the middle, and you've got 4 oxygen atoms surrounding it.
What he's going to say next, I'm genuinely going to be honest. What he's going to say next is going to confuse the shit out of you.
Oh, God, okay.
So you could try to keep up with what he's going to say, but it's going to stop making sense.
Oh, my God. You know what this reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
That one, like, uncle in your family that, like, believes he knows everything, and he's like, come on.
Yep. Standing on the porch, just going
exactly.
off.
He's like, yeah, you don't get
40
it.
in hand or whatever. Like, oh my god.
And you're like,
Locals or some shit. Yeah.
Like, okay, uncle.
Okay, I'm going now. Like, Jesus, you bring him inside. He sits on the couch, still going. Like, bro,
these youth, they don't get it.
I'm like, okay. So that's what's about to happen, basically. Just be careful.
Oh God.
Then there's another phosphorus, 2 more oxygen atoms. Now these are the legs of that double helix. These are the legs. Now the latter steps on it, they become the adenine, the guanine, the cytosine, and thymine, the ATCGs. It turns out hydrogen, they used to think that energy, the body transferred or understood the energy information through electricity. They're finding out it's through frequency. Well, guess what hydrogen sounds like? It's a key of E.
Okay.
Guess what, and it's the color yellow.
Oh boy.
That's what proper physics gets you to. Oxygen is a chartreuse, and it's the key of F over F sharp. Now, they used to, like I said, information used to be thought about as just electrical information passing on. But I've got a question for you. Have you ever been at a party with some of your friends you ain't seen in 10 years, but y'all was like 14, you hung out and there's a song that came on and you was like, and everybody got up and was live at that moment. Now, say 10 years later, you got a friend with you. He's a good guy, but he wasn't there when me and my boys formed this. So when that song comes on, our DNA tightens. There's a particular song, a scale in the genomes for each and every one of us. Now, when that song is played, when your particular prime resonant frequency is played, guess what happens? Your DNA celebrates and tightens.
The Marine by Ariana Grande tightens my DNA.
Yeah, you know.
Harmonic wave.
Everybody has a slap.
Frequency. The carbon is also the key of E and yellow. The nitrogen is G.
Yeah, nitrogen.
And all these play a song. So say that the F over F sharps of the oxygen, the green, is only hitting at an F.
Okay.
Why? Because there's another frequency coming in from a generator over there.
Fuck.
That's changing and causing it to change.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
F now hits the oxygen.
Shit.
And when it hits, when the F hits the carbon.
Oh, it's the carbon. No.
Instead of hitting as an F sharp, it hits as an F. So when it hits the carbon at an E, it doesn't hit it quite right. So the domino don't file right. So the next domino hits wrong. And so now we have malformation happening within the DNA because the frequencies are being pushed off. But when we hear our tone, we tighten back up. So yeah, I'm in the process of building the harmonic wave.
Pause.
Another doctor who has...
He explained it all.
No. Let me just, summarize. So what he said, if you listen to that one specific song that tightens your DNA, you're cured. All those cancer patients going through chemo, they listen to their favorite song. They're hitting it with their fucking best friends in the fucking
yeah.
the
like, I don't get what he's getting at. I'm too simple-minded to understand.
Yeah. We're not involved like him.
Maybe I've only been reborn once, and this is my first go. So I don't remember what was going on when I was in the womb. So
yeah, me neither. Come on, we gotta step up our game next time.
Yeah, I'll start asking people. I'll just start fucking asking my friends and see if they remember. Maybe someone has to, other than him.
Like I remember. Kicking my mom.
But that's the cure to cancer, I guess. Is like the right fucking notes, being with the right boys. Like your DNA will tighten up, I guess.
Bro, he's probably a fan of have you heard of the brown note? That could basically, it's supposed to be like this note that can make you shit, or this decibel.
What the fuck?
Sound decibel.
That's terrifying. Does it work?
I know. Like the Mythbuster dudes?
Yeah.
They tried it out and they did not shit. So I don't think it's true. So
Damn.
I don't know. He's probably heard of that, and he's like, "Yeah, this shit."
That's crazy.
TNA.
Damn, that would be wild for some shit like that to just a note, and you just have to like take a shit or something. But,
Oh my god.
damn, if only. We're almost through this though. We got this.
Has been able to successfully cure AIDS and cancer. And
What? He said it was in the works.
But I wanted you guys to understand how that works. It's so simple.
It's
You do
so
not
simple.
need to tear the human body apart when all you can do is use frequency to bring it back to its normal space.
Great.
You'll
Brilliant.
get yourself
Brilliant.
music.
Yeah, let's go to you.
So, like, are you stupid?
Oh, here. See, all the black folks are asking now.
Interested in acting, so it's pretty cool to be in the presence of an actor. But my question actually has to do with your numbers theory. So if by your logic you say 1 times 1 equals 2, are you insinuating that 1 times 0 then equals 1?
Equals 1. Well, that's what we were saying with the identity principle. The identity property, it says that 1 times nothing equals nothing. Something, so now you have the laws of physics have to now adjust because something just disappeared. Conservation of energy, energy can't be created or destroyed.
When I hear that, I was like, no, you're misunderstanding. You are taking it as 0 times something, but it's literally nothing times itself. So there would still be nothing because there is nothing to begin with. But he seems to think that the 1 always represents something else, which is not true.
No, it's just 1.
Yeah, so
He took the apples too seriously.
he's way done. He's done.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. There's
American
no helping
schooling.
him. Hey, yeah, they failed. They failed.
Miserably.
0, then what happened to the energy of the 1? Isn't that the same problem that Stephen Hawking was talking about with the event horizon?
I love how the guy is like, you see what I brought you guys today? You see what I did? You're having a good time, I know. I hope you're taking good notes. Like this is why you go to Oxford. Like this is what you do here. Why is my phone blowing up? What the fuck? Oh. Okay. It's just
Information
bullshit.
going in and still being present, that conflict that was started, well, that's because of the math. The principles in the math are not founded on truth. It's not founded on substance.
Sure.
The identity principle, anything
Math is fake.
0 is 0, and anything times 1 is 1. Where is that number? Where is that?
Not anything times
Simplified
1
in
is 1,
nature
though.
or in universal phenomena. Is it? Do you see that?
So then, are you saying that 1 times 5 would be 6?
Yes.
Well, what does it say in the associative and commutative thing?
So you're
if A and B
proposing-
are positive integers, it says if A and B are positive integers,
Well, let her
A is to
talk.
be added to itself as many times as is indicated by units in B.
So you're not proposing an audit, you're proposing like a
Well, I'm not the first one
reconstruction
to
of
say
the way
need
we
to do
understand
this.
math.
You know what's interesting? In 1856, a man from Liverpool named Richard Dover Statter
Watch this shit.
challenged the Dewey Decimal System and said that it was wrong.
Okay.
And created an entirely new system to show how it can be brought into correction. So I'm not the first person to state this. It's a number of people did it, but look up Richard Dover.
He probably believes you.
Try and find him.
The sun revolves around Earth.
Been erased from history almost.
Oh, you just missed it. You
What's this
just
thing called, honey?
Unfortunate. He said it. So we heard the name.
And created an entirely new system to show how it can be brought into correction. So I'm not the first person to state this. It's a number of people did it, but look up Richard Dover Statter.
Oh, did I go too far
Try and
back?
find him. You won't find him because he's been erased from history almost. But what is the thing called?
There it
honey?
is. He was erased from history.
Decimal system as a whole. The Dewey Decimal System as a whole. And you will see that the Titanic is headed to an iceberg over there with our numbers. If we don't make a change soon, we're going to crash as a species.
Very.
Because our math needs to work in order for our
This is really what happens
to develop.
Like, this is genuinely what happens when the school system fails somebody.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. How do you have money?
Shut the fuck up, Android. Sorry, my phone. But yeah, like, it's so sad because he's so sure of himself and everything. But like, I want someone to be like, okay, I'm gonna put this apple here. One apple. This one apple times this one apple. How many do I now have? One. Like, I just want someone to do that with him to see what he does.
And he's like, no, where's the other apple?
Oh my goodness. It's so sad. It's so sad. Help him.
Yeah, he's literally thinking of them as individual pieces, not related to each other.
Yeah. He's putting it all in the wrong way, and he's blaming physics for it, unfortunately. Physics is killing the Black community.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's do you think that the reason that we have like economic crises, for example, is because we are not understanding our numbers correctly according to your theory?
Well, I think we have an economic problem because we are the only creatures in this universe that use currency. There are no other creatures that use currency in order to exist. Why is it that we chose this strange thing that isn't even real? Other creatures, they drink water, they eat fruit, they eat other animals. We exchange with currency, and our system of exchanging with currency is flawed because of greed. There's not an like if 1 times 1 equals 2, we've got an equilibrium of balance. 1 times 1 equals 1, you've got loss. When 1 times 1 equals 3 or more, you're talking about over unity and supersymmetry. And that's how you get the universe to work for you. Instead of using just the solar voltaics off of it, you also use the piezoelectric effects of it. You use other things to make greater unity.
You know, it's like it's literally the meme, you have me in the first half. You know?
Yeah.
Like, world run by greed. Yes, we're literally the only species that uses currency. Yes, there is really no economic crisis. It's just we are just the only ones that use this shit. Animals are not affected by the money we use. Shit. But, you know, and then you just really fell off so fast. Like,
went downhill.
Yeah, like 1 times 1 equals 1 is an imbalance, I guess. And I'm like, if you're literally looking at it as if you need equal amount of numbers or some shit on the same side or on both sides, and I'm like, that's not how it works. It's just not. Like,
addition, bro. Come on. Oh my God.
I just want to help him. I just want to give him a hug.
1 times 1 equaling 1. When it could also equal a pound times a pound equaling a pound, when it could also equal $4 or $10 or $100. Does that make sense to you? Do you think the banks are abusing that?
Maybe. I think what he's trying to say here, and I think this is an interesting argument to make, considering that like every country has their own way of currency, and so therefore, a pound could be a pound in England, but in like in India, it could be like 2,500 rupees or something. And in America, it could be 4 quarters. But in like China, it could probably be like $3. So I could understand at that point, like, hey, okay, yeah, maybe that what he's arguing is that it should be universal currency, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
So that way there is no, as he would say, imbalance. But that's why there's math, so that way it all is technically balanced, which is why when you convert it, 1 pound is 4 quarters or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it's about the value of the coin and shit, I think. But to see him fall off this hard, it's like you gotta You really got to pray for him. But I do think the argument is interesting, though. It's just delivered very badly.
Yeah.
Is anybody in this room? What's a quarter times a quarter? That's 25 times 25. The computer will the calculator will tell you 6.25 cents. But we know 25 pence times 25 pence is 625 pence. That's 6 pounds and 25 pence, but the computer or the banks only have to give you 6 1/4 cents reference for it. Or let's say you put a dime times a dime. Go ahead, let me get this out. Say you take a dime times a dime. You put that in your calculator.
A dime times a dime.
It says
easy.
1 cent. 0.10 times 0.10 is 1 cent. But we know a dime times a dime is a whole dollar. But the banks gives us money based on that evaluation. Is that fair? And I might get shot about talking about this right now, but I've got a book coming out called Does $1 times $1 equal $1, or does $1 times $1 equal $2?
That's a long ass title also, keep in mind. Like try typing that into your phone or computer and you will physically see how long of a title that is. Does $1 times $1 equal $1, or does $1 times $1 equal $2?
It already sounds long, bro. Like, how the fuck is that gonna sell?
You guys want to read my book? Like, what's it called? You can't even abbreviate it. Like, oh my god.
So long, bro.
$1 times $1 does not equal $1, but $1 times $1 equal $2. That's literally caveman talk. That's literally caveman talk. I can't help him.
You can't help him.
He's devolved on his own. That's probably what this is, a study of the devolved human.
You know what? Yeah.
I could.
And gives us a 3-dimensional way of seeing the
Like,
world.
we're actually running here to see how stupid it is.
Do you want to see the world in 2D or do you want to see it in 3D?
We already see the world in 3D.
Thank you.
Because our math right now is 2D. Our math is black and white and stick figures. I want the world in multicolor, spectral vision.
Okay. Okay, man.
That's it? I can go home?
No.
I think we have time for one more.
Who speaks up first? This dude, his energy is there. Go.
Oh, I love this guy.
Strong energy too, man, but...
You said that $1 times $1 is $2?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You said that, say, a pound times a pound is 2 pounds?
A pound times a pound should be 2 pounds.
Yeah.
If action
but
times
when
action.
you multiply those two things together, you get a pound squared.
A pound squared, yeah.
That the unit gets squared as well.
1 squared. Say that again. Will you use the mic? So I can hear you.
So you're saying 1 pound.
Oh my god, my man's stressing out.
2 pounds. But it's 1 pound squared, which doesn't make any sense because you've got a squared unit.
Squared. 1 pound squared.
Can you divide pounds? Can you divide money? If you can divide it, you can multiply it. What, a pound times a pound? What, a pound squared? 2 pounds? That 2 pound, 1 squared. Well, you know, it's funny. I actually patented 1 squared. All these things that I showed you guys, I've patented all these things. You know why I patented them? Because in 1926, a man named Walter Russell wrote a book called The Universal One, and in it he introduced an entirely new periodic table, and there he introduced the 2 heavy water elements, and then plutonium and deuterium. Both of those, all 4 of those.
The way he explains things is just...
He sent out to 800 different universities in his book. 2 years later, he watched as other people came and got Nobel Prizes.
He's like, I don't want nobody taking my shit.
Because he didn't patent it. He didn't copyright it. So I copyrighted and patented all these things.
So that way, when it's time for him to collect money, he knows that 1 times 1 is 2, so he should be getting double.
And I think there's some value to them. I don't know why I said that. Did I?
He's going low.
Bro, he's losing it. He's literally losing it.
Yeah, it's the decimal system that's off. The money is
midlife crisis,
man.
man.
Wrong with the money, but how we deal with the money. But if you can divide it,
I don't know. This is something worse than that. Like, no one's stopping him.
You can't see that. You can't see dividing money.
It's a matter of definition. If you define, it's a matter of definition. A pound squared is not a unit defined.
A pound squared.
If you multiply by mathematical convention, if you multiply 1 pound by 1 pound, same as if you multiply 1 meter by 1 meter, it should be 1 pound squared or 1 square meter.
It becomes 2. Why does it become 1 pound squared is 2, isn't it? Now, if you look at remember what I just said about the associative and the commutative laws.
He's getting defensive.
It is to be added to itself as many times as its units in B. And the only thing that prevents that is the identity element that sits up and says, no, the Jim Crow law sits. Black people sit in the back of the bus because that's what the law says.
What?
Without even having a foundation for it. 1 times any number is that number without a foundation, with no principle. It just says it.
I'm going to make a waffle
sandwich. If you go by your logic and you say 1 times 1 is 2,
that's what I got
times
from this.
2 is 3. And then how would you define 2 times 4? Is that's just...
That stays, all that remains the same. Anything with 1, just add 1. The first rule of multiplication...
Okay, then where's the difference between addition and multiplication?
Well, multiplication is what? Exaggerated addition.
Okay.
Isn't it?
But isn't it a matter of mathematical convention?
I mean...
What is?
If it was defined in the beginning, it could have been defined differently, but logical, it makes the most sense.
Mic, darling.
Sorry. Is it a matter of mathematical convention? If you define beforehand...
Everybody is so happy.
Like, logically, it makes the most sense that 1 times 1, if you have 1 laptop, 1 times a laptop is 1 laptop. That makes more sense than you say it's 2 laptops.
Well, now, if you say...
And then that's where the mathematical convention comes in. And that's, like, large part of math is convention. It's how it has been defined. It's a matter of definition.
And it's wonderful. The convention is all right if the material and the information being shared in the convention is true. But when you're talking about dogma being added in, with that thing that I showed you, did you look at the square root of 2? Do you think that that's a loop, that's a natural thing with the square root of 2? Did you believe that?
It's the same with pi. There's like not a mathematical...
No, it's not the same though. It's not the same with pi. What we just...
She's really challenging him.
We multiplied it, we cubed the number, and then we divided it by 2, and we cubed it again and divided it by 2, and we did that a number of times, and that number still remained the same exact number, which we
Bro, this is just reinforcing the fucking British idea that all Americans are stupid.
And that's what they say is the difference between...
Man, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
1.4142
We're all not like this.
2373095 ...
Wow, he can recite it.
But we know that that's not the case because it's illogical. That loop makes it invalid.
I'm afraid that is all we have time for. So please join me in thanking Terrance Howard.
Oh my God, look at them fucking laughing at him.
Yeah, you already know because it's over now. Like, it's over. They can...
That was a ride. Jesus Christ.
You make the right choice, I suppose, because...
Yeah, damn.
Theology, what are you going to do? We have to learn to live the flower of life. We have to learn to peel back the petals and understand.
Open our mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all waves. There are no straight lines. There are no platonic straight lines. Everything is fucking curved. Fuck.
It is.
Deep. But, yeah. I don't know. I had fun. This was
yeah.
Wonderful.
I enjoyed this talk.
I think it was relaxing from previous.
Last week. Oh,
yeah.
I was in fucking panic, bro.
Oh my God. No, like, this one was better.
That shit got worse.
Yeah. I feel better with this one.
Yeah, this is nice. Nice send off of the week. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But we'll see what happened. Well, next week, we'll see what happens. I'm going to LA tomorrow for a few days.
Okay.
I'll go to Universal Studios and have some fun. And
hell yeah.
And I'll show this video to my friends. And
let's go.
So it'll be, hopefully I'll have something interesting to show or talk about. But
I'll try to find something as well, too.
Awesome. And we'll have Dylan here, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Back from his coma. Let's go.
Yes. But until I guess I am still Black Phil.
And I'm still Cassie. And this has been Lost in Dysfunction. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Don't forget.